Henry Boyd was born in Kentucky into slavery in 1802, and by the time of 1826 or so, he had purchased his freedom after working in a salt factory in West Virginia.
After earning his freedom, Henry Boyd ended up in Cincinnati when he was 24 years old. Though Ohio was a free state at the time, it wasn't very welcoming for African Americans, and he was unable to get a skilled job.
And around 1833, he started working a number of odd jobs, and carpentry was sort of his forte.
Eventually, Henry Boyd worked his way up to having a janitorial position at a local shop. And one day, that shopkeeper hired a carpenter to come in and build a new counter for the shop. And so when that carpenter showed up, he was too drunk to do his job. Henry Boyd stepped in, and the shopkeeper was so impressed that he started hiring Henry Boyd out to do other carpentry projects. So Henry Boyd eventually made enough money with those carpentry projects and his job at the store that he was able to purchase a wood shop to make his own work and able to purchase his brother and sister out of slavery.
And so he decided to go into the carpentry business, and he developed the Boyd bed. And this bed, which we have a nice example of here, was made in his factory, which was at Broadway and 8th Street downtown. Boyd's bed was a wood screw and swelled rail design in his patent, which was rather unusual, but enabled the bed to remain tight and staying together without using iron hardware. So it was very popular, and it was so popular, in fact, he had many imitators.
So at the time, Henry Boyd's beds became really popular and they were often copied. So he put his maker's mark on the bed. So on our bed, there's one over in this corner and one on the other corner.
Henry Boyd's patent design was the wood screw and swelled rail. And as you can see here, this end, this rail here is reverse threaded, so it essentially can unscrew and both the bedstead and the footboard can be separated.
The bed that we have on loan is from the Cincinnati Historical Society. We are so excited to have the Henry Boyd here on display. It's really difficult to find African American artifacts, especially ones that relate to slavery. So to have such a big, such a beautiful object on display, we're so excited to have it.
It was unusual at this time in Cincinnati, or any place for that matter, for a black man to be a sole proprietor of a business like this. And his invention was actually, he was not able to patent it. He had to have a white man patent it in 1833. A man named George Porter held the patent.
We tend to focus on how his hard work and his talent helped him to overcome all of these obstacles, when in reality these obstacles were only in place because of the institution of slavery and the prejudices that surrounded that. So if a white man of the same talent at the same time wouldn't have had to overcome the same obstacles.
I wanted to make one other remark. In some ways, Henry Boyd was a victim of his own success in that others, jealous of his design and success in making these beds, his shop down on 8th and Broadway was actually set fire a number of times, leading to his becoming uninsurable. So he was not able to continue his business. And he died in 1886 in Cincinnati.